So in this After Effects tutorial, I'm going to show you a really cool looking title animation which you can do in After Effects. So I'm Jeffrey Solomon, and without any further ado, let's get started. So as you can see, this is what we are going to create today. You can see the really cool looking title animation which you see right over here. So I made a new composition and I named it as the main composition. The width is 1920 in the 1080p, and the frame rate is 36 frames per second, and the duration is 7 seconds. Maybe I'll go the background color blackish color just like so, and yeah, hit OK. And so in the composition which we just made right now, I have made two titles or two texts right over here, and the first one is Montserrat. The font is Montserrat and the font style is bold italic, and the second one is also Montserrat but the font style is light italic, just like so. I didn't add any animation or anything to it, just like so. So starting off, I'm going to animate the title. That is the title, both the text. So grab on you can see the rectangle tool here, click on any of the text. Maybe I'll click on the bold text as the main text, and what I'll do, maybe I'll grab on the bottom text which you see right over here, and just make a mask just like so, just like that, just like so. So click on the mask and click V in your keyboard to get the arrow tool, that is the selection tool, just like so, and just adjust it so as to keep the mask in between both the text layer, and make sure the mask is in the typography layer, that is a bottom text layer. Now what you need to do is select the layer and click M in your keyboard, and you can see the mask option right over here. So click Ctrl C or Command C in your keyboard and go and click on the design, that is a top text which you see right over here, and click Ctrl V or Command B to paste it. So click M in your keyboard and again scale it that maybe just like so. Click V in your keyboard and actually just lower this maybe a little bit, just like so. Yeah, so just like that. Make sure that the text is fully covered. So you can see the same mask is in the typography layer as well as in the design layer. So you don't see the design text right now. What you need to do is click over here, the inverted text which is here, just checkbox it, and there you go, you can see it right over there. So now open the design, that is text number 1, and what you need, maybe I'll name it as the text 01, and name the second one as the text 02 to make it simple and easy to recognize it. So click on the text number 1 and you can see the animate option right over here. So click over there and add a position to it. And you can see that we have got the animator 1, the range selector 1, and within the animator 1 we got the position right over there. So maybe I'll go I'll go 1 frames and 2 seconds forward. I'll add a keyframe in the position. Make sure the text is above the mask, that is the text is fully visible, and just go 1 second backward and put a keyframe in the position and just pull this right over here so as the text is fully covered, just like so. Select the keyframes, click F9, and you're gonna get something like that. Now go to the graph editor, make sure you selected the keyframes, and go to the graph editor and change the graph to something like that. So you're gonna get something like that. Kinda cool and simple and easy to do. Now once you're done with the text number 1, go to text number 2, and you could see the animator option right over here, and you need to do the same thing which you did for the previous one. But in this one, what you need to do is make sure that both the keyframes are in the same place for the text 1 and the text number 2, and put a keyframe in the position just like so, and go back 1 second backward. And now here you need to put the text need to come from the top, just like so. So just select the keyframes, click F9, go to the graph editor and change the graph to something like that. So you're gonna get something like that, just like so. That's kind of simple and easy to do it. So we are done with the text just like so. So I'm gonna make, so number two, I'm gonna make the triangle which you just see right over here. You see the triangle which you see right over here. So I'm gonna make the triangle. So click on the shape tool and just long press over here. Sorry, just long press over here, and you could see the polygon tool right over here. So click the polygon tool, and by holding shift, just make a random polygon just like so. Go to the align tab and align it to the center, just like that. Now, within the polygon, maybe I'll rename it as the triangle, just like so. And within the triangle, that is the layer, the shape layer, go to the contents and go to Polystar 1. Open the Polystar 1 and you could see the Polystar path 1, and open the Polystar path 1 and you can see the points right over here. So it's a cool thing in which you can use to change the points. You can see there are 5 sides, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. If I want to change 7 and hit OK, you could see the 7 side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like so. So to get a triangle, I'm just gonna go with 2, maybe 3, sorry, 3, hit OK, and you get a really cool triangle which you see right over there. Yeah, so what you need to do is click over here, select the shape layer, go to the stroke and change it to solid color, and click on the fill and change it to none, just like so. I'm gonna go with a really cool yellowish color, just like so, and put the triangle below both the text layers, so you can see that we've got something like that. So I'm just gonna go over here and I'm just gonna go at the beginning of the animation, go to the open the triangle, and I'm gonna add, you can see the add option right over here. I'm gonna add a trim parts to it. Open the trim parts and put a keyframe in the end value, change it to 0, go maybe like 1 second forward, maybe just like so, change it to 100, just like that. Maybe I'll just put it right over there, put both just like both the keyframes, and I'll just put it right over there, just like so. Yeah, you could see that we have got something like that. What I'm going to do is actually open it just like so, go to contents, go to trim parts and change the offset value to 180. So you could see that the animation starts from here. Change it to 0, the animation starts from somewhere right over there. It doesn't look good. I'm just going to change it to 180, so as the animation starts from right over here, just like so. So I'm going to select both the keyframes. I'll select both the keyframes, go to the graph editor, and I'll change the graph to something like that, something just like so. So you're gonna get something like that, just like so. So now you could see that we have got the triangle as well as the text. So you could see that over here, that's some kind of padding, kind of a gap right over here. You could see that we have got something like a padding right over here. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So grab on the rectangle tool and click on the fill option, change it to solid color. Click on the stroke option and change it to none. Now I'm going to just choose a color as something which is random, not over here. I'm just going to go with a bluish color, and I'm just going to make a rectangle which you see right over here, covering the text, just like so. Go to open the shape layer, go to contents, go to shape rectangle number 1 and go to rectangle path 1 and unlink the size option which you see right over here. Maybe I'll actually click shift T and open maybe I'll go to transform and reduce opacity to 60% for time being, just to make sure what and all is going over in the behind. There's behind the rectangle, just like so. Just position it a little bit so as it covers the text fully, just like so. And yeah, just over here, and I'm just gonna go over here to the beginning of the keyframe. I mean like 15. I'm gonna go over 15 15th frame and put a keyframe in the size, and I'll just pull this in maybe like 1 and 15 frames forward, and go back to 15 frames and put a keyframe in the size and reduce this part which you see right over here to, that is a y-axis, to 0. You're gonna get something like that. Yeah, that's what we need to get. So what I'll do is actually put this right below both the text layer, that is, it should be above the triangle. And what you need to do is actually I'll increase back the opacity to 100, just like so. And click on the triangle option with triangle shape layer, which you see right over here, and change the track matte to alpha inverted matte shape layer 1, just like so. So you're gonna get something like that, just like so. Now you could see that we have got some kind of padding right over there. Now what I'll do, now we have got the triangle as well as the text, just like so. Maybe I'll actually even more animate it a little bit. Maybe I'll, by holding Alt, just use your arrow keys to move the keyframes to make it more easier, just like so. Yeah, that looks awesome, just like so. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add, you could see that once when the animation kind of ends over here, this thing actually just scales down, which you see right over there. That's kind of cool effect. So what I'll do is actually add a null object to it. Null object, I'm just gonna name it as the scale. So it's gonna scale everything. So I'll select all the layers, and you can see the pick whip tool right over here. Drag it and drop it over the null object. So whenever you're gonna move the null object, everything is gonna move along with it. So once when the animation is kind of complete right over here, maybe I'll go to 2 seconds over there and click make sure you're on the null object and click S in your keyboard and put a keyframe in the scale, and maybe I'll go 1 second forward and reduce the scale down, just like so, and select both the keyframes. Click F9, go to the graph editor and change the graph to something like, you know, kind of a peak like thing, so as you get something like so. That's kind of cool. So what I'm gonna do is, we are done with the basic editing. Now what I'm gonna do is actually add the animator property or animation to the text layer, which you see right over here. So you can see that it's just a masking and just revealing. Doesn't look that much unique. In the text layer, which you see right over here, that is the text number 1, big text, which you see right over there. Open the text layer number 1 and click on the animate option right over here, and you could see something called the tracking over here. So now in the tracking amount, which you see right over here, take your indicator to the starting keyframe of the scale, that is the when the animation actually shrinks right over there, just like so, and put a keyframe in the tracking amount and go right over to 3 seconds, just like so, and put a keyframe in the tracking amount by clicking this diamond option, which you see right over here, and change the tracking amount to 20, just like so, and select both the keyframes and click F9, go to the graph editor and change the graph to something like that, just like so, to make, you know, kind of a peak like thing, which you see right over there, just like that. So that's kind of cool. What I'll do is actually copy the animator number 2 and go to the animator text number 2 and keep the indicator right over here, and Control V or Command V to paste it, just like so. So now you could see that even the animator number 2, you could see the we got the animator number 2 in the text number 2 and the same tracking amount, just like so, so you could see that we have got something like that. That's kind of cool and so simple and easy. What I'll do is actually to add a little bit of variation to both the text. You could see that when both the text actually animates at the right time, that kind of looks a little bit basic and doesn't look that much creative. So what I'll do is actually select both the keyframes, the tracking keyframes of the text number 2 by holding Alt. Just move it a little bit forward, the 3 frames forward, maybe just like so, to add a little bit of variation to it. So once when the text number 1 animates, and just right over there, after that you could see the text number 2 animate, just like so. So that is how you make a really cool title animation within After Effects, just as you see right. That's it guys for today, and if you guys like the video, please make sure to like button along with the subscribe button, and please stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching, bye and take care.